Hello fellow gardeners, and welcome back to Smart Garden. Today we're going to explore something truly revolutionary that's happening right beneath your feet, something most gardeners completely overlook, even though it holds the key to transforming ordinary soil into a thriving, living ecosystem that practically grows plants on autopilot. The dirty secret about your garden fertilizers. Let me ask you something honest. How much money have you spent on fertilizers this year? Whether it's those bright blue crystals, the granular stuff in the 50-pound bags, or even the organic blends that promise the world, chances are you've been feeding your plants while slowly starving your soil. The shocking truth is that synthetic fertilizers are like junk food for your garden. Sure, they deliver a quick hit of nutrients that makes plants green up fast, but they're simultaneously destroying the very foundation of long-term soil health. Here's what the fertilizer companies don't advertise on their packaging. Every time you apply synthetic nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, you're essentially telling the billions of soil microorganisms to take a vacation. These chemicals bypass the natural nutrient cycling process, which means the beneficial bacteria and fungi that should be feeding your plants gradually die off from lack of work. Over time, your soil becomes sterile, compacted, and completely dependent on those expensive bags. The soil structure deteriorates, water retention plummets, and you find yourself trapped in an endless cycle of applying more and more fertilizer just to maintain the same results. The true cost isn't just the price tag at the garden center, it's the years of soil degradation that will take enormous effort to reverse. Unearthing ancient wisdom, the fermented root revolution. What if I told you there's a technique that predates commercial agriculture by centuries, one that works with nature instead of against it? Fermented root exudates, or FRE for short, represent a profound shift in how we think about feeding plants. Rather than dumping nutrients directly onto roots, FRE mimics something absolutely fascinating that happens naturally in healthy soil every single day. Living plant roots constantly release sugars, organic acids, and other compounds into the surrounding soil. These secretions aren't waste. They're actually sophisticated chemical signals designed to attract and feed specific microorganisms. This underground exchange is one of nature's most elegant partnerships. Plants send out these sugar-rich exudates, and in return, beneficial bacteria and fungi deliver nutrients, protect roots from pathogens, and even communicate information about environmental threats. It's a relationship that has evolved over millions of years, and honestly, it's the reason that undisturbed forest floors and prairie soils can sustain lush plant growth without a single bag of fertilizer. The practice of creating fermented solutions to replicate this process has roots in traditional farming systems, particularly in Korean natural farming, where generations of farmers observed and harnessed these natural processes to build incredibly fertile soil without any synthetic inputs whatsoever. DIY Fermented Root Exudates, your step-by-step guide to natural soil supercharge. Creating your own FRE is remarkably straightforward, and the ingredients are probably already available in your garden and kitchen. You'll need fresh plant material, ideally young green growth harvested in the early morning when nutrient content is highest. Weeds, comfrey leaves, sweet potato vines, or any vigorous green growth works beautifully. You'll also need brown sugar or unsulfured molasses and non-chlorinated water. If your tap water contains chlorine, simply let it sit in an open container for 24 hours to allow the chlorine to evaporate, or use collected rainwater. Start by chopping your plant material finely to increase the surface area available for fermentation. Place the chopped greens in a clean bucket or large jar, then add an equal weight of brown sugar or molasses. The sugar serves two critical functions. It uses osmotic pressure to draw out the nutrient-rich juices from the plant cells, and it provides food for the beneficial microorganisms that will colonize your mixture. Mix everything thoroughly with clean hands or a wooden spoon, really working the sugar into the plant material until it starts releasing liquid. Cover the container with a breathable cloth secured with a rubber band, never an airtight lid, because fermentation produces gases that need to escape. Place your container in a cool, shaded spot away from direct sunlight. Over the next 7 to 10 days, stir your mixture daily. You'll notice the liquid volume increasing as the plant juices are extracted, and you'll detect a sweet, slightly sour fermentation smell developing. This is exactly what you want. When the process is complete, strain out the solid plant material through cheesecloth or a fine mesh strainer, squeezing to extract every drop of liquid gold. Store your finished FRE concentrate in a bottle with the cap slightly loose to allow continued off-gassing. This concentrate is extremely potent and must always be diluted before application. Mix approximately 2 tablespoons of FRE per liter of water for soil drenching, or use an even more dilute solution for foliar sprays. Apply this diluted mixture around the root zone of your plants every 2 weeks during the growing season, preferably in the early morning or evening when soil biology is most active. Witness the transformation. These are the expected benefits. The changes you'll observe after regular FRE applications are nothing short of remarkable, though, some effects appear faster than others. Within the first few weeks, you'll notice that your soil takes on a different character. It becomes more crumbly and easier to work, with improved structure that allows both water and air to penetrate more effectively. This happens because the explosion of microbial life creates compounds that literally glue soil particles together into stable aggregates. Plant growth responses typically become visible within about a month of consistent application. Leaves develop a deeper, richer green color that's distinctly different from the artificial dark green of nitrogen-burned plants. Root systems expand dramatically because the beneficial microbes form protective sheaths around root hairs and extend the plant's effective reach into the soil. You'll find that plants become noticeably more resilient to stress, whether from drought temperature fluctuations or pest pressure. This isn't magic, it's the result of a fully functioning soil food web where nutrients flow freely, beneficial organisms crowd out pathogens, and plants receive exactly what they need exactly when they need it. Disease pressure often drops significantly because healthy soil microbiology creates a competitive environment where harmful organisms simply cannot establish themselves effectively. Your future garden, sustainable abundance starts now. Breaking free from the fertilizer treadmill represents more than just saving money, though the financial benefits are substantial. By embracing FRE and similar natural soil enhancement techniques, you're participating in a fundamental shift toward regenerative growing practices that build soil rather than deplete it. Every application of FRE adds to your soil's living capital, creating a self-sustaining system that becomes more productive with each passing season. The environmental implications extend far beyond your garden fence, because healthy soil sequesters carbon, filters water, and supports entire ecosystems of beneficial organisms from earthworms to pollinators. This isn't just about growing better tomatoes, though you absolutely will. It's about reconnecting with the wisdom of working alongside natural processes rather than trying to override them with chemistry. The most exciting part is that once your soil biology is thriving, maintenance becomes simpler and less expensive each year. You're literally investing in a living system that compounds its own fertility over time. If this guide has opened your eyes to the incredible potential hiding in your soil, please hit that subscribe button and share this video with every gardener who's ready to break free from expensive fertilizers and build truly sustainable abundance. Drop a comment below, sharing your experiences with fermented solutions or asking questions about the process. Let's grow together, naturally,